theologically. If God rejected the Jews, the biggest dilemma then is first we could explain how the Jews survived to be a witness people, but why is a Jewish state reestablished if God punished them for killing Jesus and destroyed their country? This is a bit of a quandary for them.
Right.
So Vatican II changes a bunch of things. It removes from the Good Friday Mass the prayer cursing the perfidious Jew. It changes the definition of perfidious to being something less evil to more like wayward kind of thing. It really tones down the negative attitude and begins to work. It's really one, two, three popes. It's Pope Paul, I think, is pope until 1978. It's interesting. You have John and then Paul, and who's the next pope? Who's 1978 till 2005 is John Paul, who I think is John Paul I think he's the second. He was a Catholic priest in World War II who actually hid Jews. And this is the greatest transformation. He is the Pope who, I think in the year 2000, I remember I was in Jerusalem. The BBC asked me to actually do the live commentary on his visit to the Western Wall, which I opted out of. I said, I'm not being a rabbi commenting on the Pope's visit to the Kotel. But he came to Israel. The last time a pope came to Israel was before 1967. I think they built the 67 war. They built this road up, or right after the road that today goes up to the Western Wall. They call it the Pope's Road until today, to allow him to visit the East Jerusalem and the Temple Mount. I think it was built before the 1967 Six-Day War. There was a road built on the side there, but he actually makes an official state visit to Israel in 2000. I remember seeing him outside Jaffa Gate in the Pope Mobile. Remember, he was shot at one point in Vatican by this Turkish guy, this like plexiglass bulletproof thing cruising down in front of the old city walls, and he establishes diplomatic relations, which is really opening up to an idea that this is the idea of Judaism being the older sibling of the church. Now they still haven't really worked out how to reconcile. What does that mean? You get people like Pastor Hagee in Dallas, who's not a Catholic at all. He's an evangelical, the biggest pro-Israel guy around. He creates this idea of dual covenant theory, that the Jews get to salvation through their Torah and we get it through Jesus. That is a radical idea. And there's been a lot of pushback against the Catholic Church by the more conservative Opus Dei people like that, who believe that, we kind of preserve the traditional attitudes. But the church has come a long, long way since what it was back then. And now with the passing of Francis, who was a very liberal pope, by the way, in many attitudes of the church towards other things, and also came out and said some pretty nasty things regarding the situation in Israel since October 7th.